Welcome to the GTP. My name is Scott, where we talk all things manga, and I'm excited to share with you in this video all about manga box sets. It doesn't look just like a little shopping bag handle, but there is real manga in this. Yes, it is heavy. So in this video, we're going to go ahead and share with you my tips and tricks on getting box sets, as well as going through all my box sets in my collection in more detail than you saw from the manga collection video. So go ahead, sit back, relax, grab your favorite cup of coffee or tea, maybe some water, and let's go ahead and get started. And at the very end of the video, if you stick around, I will show you my favorite of all the box sets in this entire box set collection. In the comments below, I'd love for you to share what are some of your tips and strategies when it comes to collecting manga box sets. So let's go ahead and first look at Claymore here. Now this is a huge box set, as this actually contains the entire series, which is 27 volumes. Now, one thing I do appreciate the age we're in with manga right now is you can find box sets fairly cheap, and it's probably the best way to go ahead and collect a series. So for Claymore right now, you can get the whole series on Amazon for around $135, which if you look at the price on how much that is per book, that is so cheap. Anytime you can get a box set where you're spending less than $7 a volume, and keep in mind Viz is going to be doing a price increase of 20% on all their normal volumes, which means the box sets eventually will also get that price increase. So now is the time to go ahead and get a box set if you're interested. Moving on, I also have here the lovely Tokyo Ghoul. I got this one on Amazon as well. Again, Amazon is fantastic, as well as another site called Abe Books. Those are the two sites I have bought almost all of my box sets. Also, I bought a couple on Right Stuff Anime when everything else was out of stock. But right now is your opportunity, as almost every box set you're looking for is in stock. So for Tokyo Ghoul, this is the part 1. Part 2 we'll see later is Re. But this has all the volumes, as you see. And the next tip I have is when you get a box set, one of the first things you want to do is actually make sure that all the volumes are on there. As you'll see on some other threads, people will take a picture and there might be 2 volume 7s, or let's say 2 volumes 11. So one of the first things I'll actually do when I open a box set is, do I actually have all the volumes in the correct number? Speaking of Tokyo Ghoul, here is Tokyo Re. And one thing I forgot to mention is that this is actually from the Viz signature line. So these books normally do cost a little more money. They're going from, I believe, $12.99 to $15.99, and they're actually a little larger. So when I compare this to a normal standard Viz manga edition, Fear and Grand Jardin, fantastic by the way, as you see, we're just a little bigger on the trim size, which I actually appreciate the bigger trim size, as it gives us more detail in the lovely panel and the art panels itself, as you can see here. So that's Tokyo Re, another one. If you're going to get Tokyo Ghoul, you might as well get Tokyo Re, as you want to have the entire story. I'm grateful that this has 2 box sets total for you. Let's go ahead and move on. What's nice with box sets too is that you also have a variety, so not just meant for boys, the shown, but you also have shoujo, which we have here. We have the lovely Host Club box sets. We'll go and open this. And what's nice with this one is that if I go through this teeny part here, they're nice to even give you a little notepad here for your writing. Of course, because it's a collector's edition, I feel wrong using this pad. For some reason, if I ever wanted to sell the box set, I feel it would be wrong if I chose not to keep the pad that I can't get into here. But here is another one here. It even has a lovely shoujo beep little icon here if you're wanting to see what's from the shoujo line, where the regular shonen just has that SJ. Now next, I'm going to show you what is, in my mind, the Mac Daddy of all box sets. And the only place that you can get this one is from Yen Press official website. And I believe they're selling it for around $230 right now. I'll have links below for you guys, but this is the, and this is heavy. This is the Pandora box set limited edition. Now, the Pandora Hearts was a very popular series that came out a while back. Now, the singles were out of print for a while. The singles are back, but man, if you're going to get it, it's probably cheaper to go through the box set route. And man, these are just, and they end up creating these lovely 2-in-1s with it. These are thick, but wow, this is like a treasure chest. So you even have the bigger, they even did the bigger print on this. This is a phenomenal series. It's some people in their top 10. And literally, we even have metal hinges. Do I need metal hinges? No. Do I want metal hinges? Yes, I do after seeing this. This is incredible. I wish after seeing this should be the gold standard, not only the Mac Daddy. The other box sets I've showed you so far, it kind of bothers me now to know that they put Velcro on it, because this is the way to go. There's a lot of heft, and again, $230 is a lot of investment for it, but man, if you have your friends come over, if you were going to show off your manga collection, this is the one that you might want to show them if there's anything. And man, I mean, I work out and I'm struggling to hold this just from how heavy it is. Another thing when it comes to box sets is you see this collection's it takes a lot of space. And one thing I really appreciate about box sets is that, especially when you have a series like Naruto with 72 volumes, you can get everything lovely in this box set instead of ever having to put them on the shelf. So here is the lovely Naruto for you. Here's the first 27 volumes. Another thing I really appreciate with these box sets is that we sometimes will get a little poster inside. As a middle-aged man with a family, this is not really a decor that I'm going to be allowed to have in, in my living room or kitchen, but if you're into the poster, this is something you want as well. Because it's kind of a collector's thing, I feel wrong hanging up a poster unless I had it in a frame. And then a lot of box sets will also come with like a little mini guide as well. So not only are you getting a better price, you can get everything in a convenient box here, but then you get the little mini guide, you'll get artwork. Another thing to keep in mind is with these box sets is make sure you're getting them in order. That was box set 1. Here's where it says box set 2, volumes 28 through 48 here. I've appreciated, this has been my favorite way to collect a big series like this. Especially, this is one of the top series for kids. When I actually started my channel, I don't know if I've shared this before, but my kids' school had Dress Like Your Favorite Character Day. And more kids were dressed up as Naruto than anyone else dress as your favorite book character. More kids were dressed up like Naruto than anyone else. And I was talking to so many parents, and they had no idea who Naruto was. This is an elementary school, and this is supposed to be rated for teens, and they had no idea who Naruto was. And yet more kids were dressed up like Naruto than anywhere else because it's such a popular anime and kids show. But here's the manga for it. So if you're looking at something for a family member, and again, I recommend please read it first. And if you see the first volume, I'd be like, oh my, it's not for my kid. But keep in mind, here's a bonus story, which I appreciate with the box set, and I wouldn't get this bonus story if I didn't have the box set itself. So I will always gravitate towards a box set if that is an option. You should always see if the box set is what you can grab first. Speaking of another giant series, which has luckily all in the box set, let's go ahead and we'll look at Bleach. So if you've seen my unboxing video for Bleach, I actually have a video. I meant to start doing more unboxing videos because I said, well, this does well, I'll go ahead and do more. And the video did terrible. It only had like 60 views, then all of a sudden it shot up. And for a small channel like myself, it now has over 1,000 views. So I guess, you never know what's going to happen, but here is Bleach, all lovely 1 through 21. If you really want to see more details of that, I'd check out that video. And here is, well, that's 2. Here's number 3 of Bleach. This is much bigger. You see, I still have it sealed because I was like, oh, I'll do an unboxing video for it, and I haven't got around to it. If you comment below if you want me to do an unboxing video, I can, but as of right now, I just figure there's more content or different content you'd rather have from me instead. Then here is number 3, and man, that just looks so cool. I love also just with the box sets getting the additional artwork and graphics here. This is just, wow. That is just so exciting. Next series I'm going to show you is actually one where friends of mine that were not into anime, that wanted nothing to do with anime, when they saw this series, they were like, wow, that is actually really cool. So this to me is a very good, for if you have a friend that you're trying to convince them into anime, this is a series I recommend, is Full Metal Alchemist. I go with the Brotherhood edition. I thought that was better, the Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. But here is the lovely manga. I felt it would be wrong to see the whole series, enjoy it so much, and not have the source material itself. So they did a great job. This is another box set is 27 volumes, and then it also has this additional book right here, which I thought was really neat. They didn't have to do that, but in Fullmetal Alchemist, you're like, but Scott, isn't there a hardcover edition? There is a hardcover edition of this, but it's going to be more expensive for you to collect the hardcovers than for you to get this box set. So another tip I want to share, besides, yes, this is actually a novel, so if you like reading, they gave a little novel for this. But on box sets, I'm searching for between 30 to 40%. If I find a box set that is 35% off, I will most likely make that jump and make that purchase. Again, Amazon.com, A-Books, or Right Stuff Anime is going to be your best bet to get box sets at the cheapest price. Let's go ahead and now look at Barakamon here. I just thought this looks so cool to cover. This is a series about getting into manga itself as you're following these designers as they're trying to get their own manga going. And this is actually from the same author as Death Note. So it's going to be very, very wordy like Death Note is, but it's definitely a completely different premise. So I just thought it was so neat to be able to want to learn more about the industry itself. Maybe if you know someone that wants to get into the manga industry, you're like, well, how hard could it be? This is a great, just give you a snapshot of what it takes to go ahead and get into making a manga. Let's go ahead and now look at one of the Josei series I have, and this is a great box set. This is the Princess Jellyfish by Kodansha. And this one I think I got for about $100, which is great for these lovely volumes here. It's sealed because I thought, hey, maybe I'll do an unboxing video for it. Again, if you think you want to see more unboxing videos, I can do that. But man, again, I just thought this was the best way to go. And as you can see, the shelves, I really appreciate the idea of being able to fit this in a place that's not taking that room. And I love being able to see the artwork like this. Having this displayed to me on my shelf, this is gonna look a lot better than just displaying the books like this. After seeing that, these look kind of plain. But when you see this, you're like, oh, I wanna check that one out. Let's go ahead and now check out my favorite series of all time, which I'm so grateful is in box set form, and that is One Piece. Now, I have read all the series physically that was available, and then I started reading it digitally on the Shonen Jump app. So there's another tip, is that if you aren't able to collect right now, but I really want to get into the series, on the Shonen Jump app for $3 a month, you can read 100 chapters a day of this series, and there's over 1,000 chapters. But as soon as I started reading this series, I was hooked. I actually watched the first couple episodes of the anime. I'm like, oh no, I think I'm gonna want to read this. So I dropped the anime, I started reading, and this is just phenomenal. And I really appreciate here, they even let you know the arcs. So here we got through the East Blue, we get the Barco Works, and there's the first one of the many. The second one, which this was so hard to find for a while. Once in a while, if you're wondering, do box sets go out of print? They really don't. The Pandora Hearts, that was one that was a collector's item that did go away but came back. But they will be out of stock. Viz Media is not going to stop reprinting these, as these is probably a cash cow money maker for them. And it saves money on me. So here is the second box set of One Piece, which has the Skypedia, which I thought was okay, and then Water 7, which is probably one of my favorite arcs. It was just so phenomenal, so good. And then it gives you a little teaser where it gives you the first one of Thriller Bark. So after you're reading that, like, oh man, I can't stop. So there's the second one. Going to number 3 of One Piece here, of our lovely Thriller Bark 2 New World box sets, volumes 47. 70. I really appreciate that we don't have one of those 27 volumes. Like, I really appreciate that we're not holding them this way like we are with Naruto. So this is great here. Here's the third box set for One Piece, which is, I guess, one of their most popular series. But man, if you're gonna collect the series, if you don't have it yet, I would go the box set route. I wouldn't try to get singles, especially if you have, there's over 100 of them now. Thriller Bark, here we go, here down, Paramount More, the New World. Oh, so good. And then they announced where we got the 4th box set, and I believe they will do probably just one more box set. So this actually goes through volumes 90. Right now I think we're up to like 103, 104 in America. So and they say the series it's towards the end, which will probably be a couple years. So my guess will probably, the next box set will probably be the last one, maybe somewhere between, let's say 25 volumes or so. I couldn't imagine going past 27, but so good. So here is all 4 lovely box sets of One Piece. Next, let's go and check out, we have Dragon Ball here, which I got a while back. I think it's funny because it says complete box set, but there's Dragon Ball Z and Dragon Ball were the same series in Japan, but we decided to split up here in America. So because of that, if you're like, what do I read first, Dragon Ball or Dragon Ball Z? You start with Dragon Ball. Here's one thing I love that they did that I wish more box sets. Now, if there was going to be singles I would want to display, this would be one of them, as I really appreciate how they show this entire spine here. I love when series do that. I don't understand why we don't get enough of that with our volumes, especially if the series is doing really well. They printed so many volumes. Come on, let's get a couple here that we can just follow this. It's just so beautiful. So there's Dragon Ball. And because of that, we also have the lovely Dragon Ball Z. Here we are here. Go ahead and open this up to completion. So here's the 26 more volumes here for Dragon Ball Z. And look, I love, again, I appreciate they went and did this lovely spine as you get to see this continue on. It's just, you don't have to do that. They could have made this white down below. They could have made it boring, but no, instead they decided to make it fun. So not only was it one of the most popular series, one of the most popular animes when I had growing up, one reason probably is because we didn't have many options back then. They did a great job with this box set. And if you stuck to the end of the video, congratulations. I'm gonna show you probably what is just a little higher on the tier, let's say SS, when it comes to the gold standard of box sets. If S tier was the Pandora Hearts box set, this is SS, and this is probably the favorite of all that I have, and this is the lovely box set of Akira. Now this is very heavy. This is they call it the 35th anniversary edition. They keep reprinting it. People were worried thinking that it was gonna be a one-time thing. I think because it said 35th anniversary edition, but this is just so nice. Now, one of the cool things is, as you notice, the flaps open up differently. We have this lovely little patch here. So I can go ahead and I can close it. But let's go ahead and open this up. Now this is based off of, there's a movie which was based off of this story, but this is the way, don't watch the movie. This is the way to go ahead and really enjoy the series, as you're gonna just miss so much if you just watch the movie. And they did a great job. This is just hardcover. I appreciate the larger trim, the engaging with the pictures itself. Now this is definitely not for kids, but this is a phenomenal series. One of the best box sets I have here. I even appreciate here they had this where I can see a little bit more on the artwork, which is hardcover as well. You saw those other little mini guide books, but man, they really stepped it up by giving you all these additional details in a hardcover guide about Akira. And I was just like, wow. So being able to see about the artwork, being able to understand a little bit more on what was going on with the creator as he was writing this story. So if you're looking for a good post-apocalyptic story, this is an oldie, but it is also a goodie. So yes, don't let the 35th anniversary edition scare you. If you want, you can get cheaper where you can go ahead and get the paperback singles from Kodansha on a place like Amazon or Right Stuff. But again, if I was going to get any box set that I was just like, wow, this is the one to go. And I could see this eventually not being reprinted from Kodansha. It has been reprinted several times, so it's been out of stock but now out of print. But if I had to guess, of all the box sets you saw here, besides Pandora Hearts, which I could see eventually them not doing anymore, this would probably be the other one as well. So that's my entire collection of manga box sets. If you have any questions when it comes to collecting box sets or hunting for a good deal, feel free to put your questions in the comments below, and I'd be more than happy to answer them when I can. And if you'd like to see more content like this and you've not done so already, go ahead and like, comment, subscribe to the channel. That helps others know about this community that we built. Who would have thought we'd be at almost 900 subscribers already? Thank you so much for watching. I am so grateful for you. Have a wonderful day.